We county supports a lot of smaller entities or agencies, and we got to try to keep those going because, and it's important that we work with the city on a lot of these things because what affects one affects the other. It's
right.
We got to try to keep these small shops and these small businesses going. We're losing them. Last night I was at the Blues Festival up there,
right.
and I expected that thing to be packed, and people there were saying, where is everybody? I said, you're charging $10 at the gate. People don't have it.
Right.
There's a lot of people around the watching, but the economy is bad now. That last year that place, I remember last year when they had the same people there, the Albuquerque blues people there.
Right.
There's quite a few more people there, so it hurts. And you have to charge because somebody's got to pay for that.
Right.
But that's where they expected. Now tonight with Al Hurricane, I expect there'll be a good crowd there.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good that we have things here like Santa Fe Trail Days. That helps the economy. It's a big thing. The chamber's doing a good job, I think. I've been going to the chamber meetings, and I'm going to join here now. I hadn't been that active in it, but it was really appreciative to go to the last meeting and hear positive things instead of all these negative things you keep hearing in our community. I went to there and I said, Scott, this is we are doing some good here. We're trying. It's going to take both city and county working together.
Yeah.
The commissioner job, you have three people making decisions.
Right.
The council 7. I mean, that's a little more difficult when you're really now with 3 people working as commissioners. I see a lot easier to get things done. I always like to operate on what I call the efficiency principle, where if you have 3 individuals with the same knowledge, same information, and you're attempting the same goals, if you set your objectives with all the same information, everybody having the same objectives, you set your goals, you set your objectives, and then work on your alternatives. Those alternatives, there's no reason why 3 people couldn't come along with the same alternatives that'll serve those objectives. And then working from those alternatives, you pick the one that's the most efficient, feasible, money-wise and whatever. And that's why I see the commissioner thing being a lot easier than working with 7 people. And there's no reason why, like I say, 3 people with the same knowledge, with the same goals, should have the same goals, same mission.
Right.
Shouldn't get a lot accomplished.
Well, I thought you were such a quiet guy, but you're an easy interview. You're taking I don't even have to ask the questions. I really appreciate it. This is a lot easier than I thought. We were gonna take a break. I think we will take just a short break and we'll come back. This is easy. I like these kind of interviews. So I appreciate it. But
maybe I'm talking too much.
No, you're not. No. I'm Tom Murphy, and this is Trinidad Now on TTTV. We'll be right back. Paula, hit stop for a second and come out here and help me 1 second. You're easy. Very knowledgeable. And by the way, too, you have a ball handler's hands. I can see that. I didn't. I was a big guy, and it's like, it's like I could see why you were a point guard.
Oh yeah. I got to go back in the paper and get some of my articles. There's some pretty good articles back in my days.
When did you graduate? What year?
57.
57. Yeah. I love basketball. I played a lot of basketball at the community center. Yeah. When I got here in the 80s, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, most of our work was done. And I'd moved here and I was in my 20s. I'd just gotten out of college, and helping my parents out. So I didn't have anything to do. So I went out, I played a lot of pickup basketball.
Yeah, we played, like when I was at college, I always had a community league, and they kicked our butts.
Yeah.
So one day I says, I'm going to go to recreation league. I'm going to move up.
Right.
So I got some of the guys that didn't make the college team that were on their way home, and I picked them up, and they were mad or heck. I said, hey, you guys didn't say no when you were kicking my butt. we took everything that year.
Yeah. Paula, can you hear me? Are we on? Okay. All right. We'll do it 10 seconds. Let's see. 10. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Tom Murphy, and this is Trinidad Now on TTTV Channel 71. With me in our second segment is Anthony Abeyta, candidate for County Commission seat number,
District 1.
District 1. Anthony, I got to say, this has been a very easy interview. You covered a lot of the questions I was going to ask. So I think we're going to wrap it up with just a few more questions because you're so easy and you're well-spoken. So just a few other questions we talked about in break. Is this going to be a full-time job for you as county commissioner?
Well, it definitely is. I'm not saying I'm going to be there from 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 or whatever, but I plan on, it'll be more than a 40-hour week, I'm sure, because I plan on spending time at the courthouse, but I also want to spend time out in the country with the people up there, because that's where you find out where your problems are. Right. Where your problem areas are, because they're there, they know. Yeah, I'll be now the full-time commissioner job. You know, it came about with the Metro commissioners, and that was I think it was probably my last tenure job, probably in 2006 or 7. They petitioned the state to go full-time and to get full-time salaries that the elected officials were getting, because they were putting full-time work. Now in the rural areas, your smaller counties, well, the commissioners were more or less just part-time. In fact, most of them had a business. Commissioners sometimes that was their second job.
Right.
But since they made the salaries commensurate with the other elected officials, they expected them to put in more time. Now the Metro people were already doing this, and that's why that came about. So the legislature just approved that the salary increase for commissioners to be the same as the treasurer, the assessor, and now the sheriff gets a little different. There's a different salary scale, but that's where that came about. But yes, I'll be putting my time in, and I'll be accessible to the people, just as I was as county treasurer. I mean, I'm easy to get a hold of.
And one of the things you said, you have a place in La Grita, and so you travel the roads. You know what kind of condition.
I'm on. I take the Long Carbo route sometimes. I take the Sarcillo Canyon route sometimes, and then I come out, and I'm going out west towards the monument, and that I'll take the cutoff and come out the switch from Sarcillo all the way up into Wet Canyon. So I like traveling those roads, so I pretty much know where all the trouble spots are, and I have some recommendations of what we can do better there. And with the help of Pioneer, I'm hoping to use them as much as I can. I want to, like I said earlier, I do have a not a scheduled meeting, but we've talked about sitting down, because they want to take me through the whole process and let me know what all is available to us as a county. Okay. And I like the work they do. Pioneer, like I say, there's some people, that the gas wells, for instance, there's a little controversy here and there. The water issue, that's one of my main concerns too, is the water issue in our county. I'm really concerned because as a boy growing up and going all over the canyons, different canyons and that, I can remember where there was at least a trickle of water coming down just about every canyon in this county, and now you don't see that anymore. Yeah. It kind of worries me, and it's I guess it's happening everywhere else. I guess the drought, but it scares me. Water is our main resource, the most important resource, and I'll do everything I can to secure our water anywhere I can.
Okay. So what about one of the issues for the newspaper and television is transparency. How do you feel about the transparency of government, and how transparent would you be with the press?
I have no problem. I think the public needs to be aware of what's going on within their county and the city. I mean, it should be it should be a problem. I mean, it's. I know that there's a lot of issues that you probably have to, except for executive session issues. I mean, I have no problem in being transparent on anything. They can ask me anything they want. I mean, I feel the public should be aware of what is going on. I mean, the public is our boss.
Right.
We work for them. They should know if they want to know something. We shouldn't hold back anything. I can see some issues that you can't divulge at a certain time, but I think the time avails itself. They should be aware of what's going on, and I have no problem with transparency.
I appreciate that, because being the messenger, sometimes they want to shoot me, so
Yeah.
I've got a target on my back at times.
No, I'm
I appreciate
fine with
that very much. Anthony, like I said, this has been really easy for me as far as interviews. Have we left anything off? Is there anything that you want to discuss? Have we forgotten anything that you'd like to mention?
No, it's just letting the people know that I'm the same person that was their county treasurer for 22 years, and
Okay.
I want to do the same job I did as a county treasurer. I'm available to people. I'm a people person. I treat everyone accordingly, the same. I have no problems with. To me, it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or whatever. I mean, I make that point clear. I made that point clear when I became the treasurer, and I hold to that. I'll help anybody that needs help, and that's another thing I bring to the table is that I have, besides county business, I did a lot for people as a county treasurer, that paperwork that. Even though I'm away from the college all these years, I still help people with college paperwork, how to apply for tuition waivers, stuff like that. I've kept abreast of that, so I still can help people with that. I can help people with legal paperwork. I was always available to them for that. So that's a little extra I put on the table besides my duties as a county commissioner, or as it was county treasurer. So I want to make sure that people know that. People that know me know that they can come to me anytime. And I'm there for the people.
Okay. Well, as I said, this is very easy. I wish all my interviews were this easy. Anthony, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good luck in the election.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tom Murphy, and this is Trinidad Now. We've been with candidate Anthony Abeyta, who we hope to have Gary Hill here soon. And you can watch us on YouTube also on Trinidad Times TV 71. And if you watch in the paper, you can see when this is going to be shown. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.